Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Wanraida binti Hasan. My metric card number is 01DKB19F1027. Thank you for lending me your time. Today we would like to talk about our favorite product. Before we begin, allow me to introduce my partner. She is Fahana Farati binti Masum. Her metric card number is 01DKB19F1037. Dear fellow friends, have you ever heard about Apple company? Do you know the Apple company have produced the latest iPad, which is iPad Pro? Maybe some of you didn't even notice about this. And this is your first time hearing about this in your life. So, to make this clear, we are going to talk about iPad Pro. Allow me to define our rule. I will talk about identify the product, how to use, benefit and describe the physical and characteristic of the iPad Pro, while my partner Fahana will explain about the strength and weakness of the product, price, warranty period, and product outlet. The iPad Pro family is a line of iPad tablet, computer design, developed and marketed by Apple Inc. and first available in November 2015. They are run in the iOS, iPad iOS, mobile operating system. The current generation is available in two screen size, which is 11 inch 28 cm and 12.9 inch, which is 33 cm, each with 4 options for internal storage capacity: 128 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB, and 1 TB. Apple was announced 4 times of iPad Pro. It means iPad Pro have 4 generations. The latest iPad Pro was announced on March 18, 2020, while the same screen size of the previous generation. It offers a redesigned camera module and A12Z processor, 128 GB minimum storage, and support for the Magic Keyboard with a track pad that is sold separately. Although the addition in RAM and change in storage option were welcome, the 2020 model of the iPad Pro was seen as a minor enhancement amongst technical review. The LiDAR sensor, which Apple added for increased AR capability, was thought as a feature only a handful of customers will use. A new camera setup in the 2020 model did provide good image quality. All in all, building on the previous generation's success, the 2020 model was seen as a product valuable for those customers who needed features specific to the 2020 product, such as a LiDAR sensor, a new camera setup, and more processing power. Okay, now I will talk about the size, the physical of iPad Pro. It comes with two sizes, which is 11 inch and 12 inch. Next, color. iPad Pro has two colors, space gray and silver. Next, shape. Obviously, is rectangle. Next is material. iPad Pro is made of aluminum and other material highly desired by recyclers. It also uses a graphite anode and aluminum casing, electronic processor chip, The phone processor chip is mainly made by silicon, but it is bombarded by various elements such as a four-porous antimony, arsenic, boron, indium, and gallium to give it a superior electrical properties. Next, texture. Touchable, and the lastly of characteristic and physical of iPad Pro is durability. The iPad screen, while the screen is resistant to damage, it is not incredible. Dropping the iPad can crack the screen. The screen can be treated by the metal object like key, pen in a briefcase. Apple does take the oleophobic coating will wear down after repeated use. Okay, now I would like to call Farhana to continue our presentation about our favorite product.
Thank you so much, Haida. Aida already talked about how to use, benefit, and characteristic about iPad Pro. While me, I will talk about strength and weakness, price, warranty, and product outlet of iPad Pro. Shall we begin? Firstly, strength of iPad Pro is large, high resolution and screen. Secondly, the A10X processor. Third, have Apple Pencil and keyboard. And lastly, improved battery life. I will explain one by one. The iPad Pro comes in two sizes. First, 11-inch and second, 12.9-inch screens. That means that these are the largest iPad ever made. While they may seem a bit too big when you are using them all day long as your primary machine, they don't seem that way. These screens are bright, crisp, and clear and feature 4K resolution on their Retina display. If screen quality is one of your major selling points, then look no further than an iPad Pro. Truly, these displays are hard to beat. Secondly, the A10X processor. If you are trying to use your iPad as a true workhouse, then you will want as much processing power as possible. Heck, if you want something for entertainment that will allow you to play some of the best games on the market, then you need to give the iPad Pro a closer look. The A10X processor featured only on the iPad Pro is the fastest and most powerful processor ever created for an iPad. It will easily handle any pop available in the App Store, so you can work or play free from any lag or stutter. This fast processor also means that your iPad Pro will last you even longer than ever before as well. Hands down, for both works and play, the A10 processor is where it's at. It's fast, more efficient, and will allow you to play games and work at speeds you have never thought possible on a tablet. Thirdly, did you know that iPad Pro also have Apple Pencil and keyboard? Leave it to the Apple to not call their device a stylus, but essentially that's what it is. But it's really so much more. Apple really took the stylus and dialed it up to 11. It's comfortable, looks great, and can do as much more than just a regular stylus. If you want to draw, you can do that. If you want to take notes, no problem. The accuracy of the Apple Pencil is pretty amazing. Make it perfect for anyone looking to use the device for any type of real writing. But let's not also forget the keyboard. Sure, there are tons of the keyboard option out there that work perfectly with the iPad Pro, but don't get any better than the one that comes with the device. Connecting with the smart connector, you never have to worry about its sightings with your iPad, or if you have a charge on it to use it. The bottom line is that you add the keyboard and pencil to your iPad Pro, you will have a device ready for some serious productivity. It looks so great and so nice. And lastly, for the strength of iPad Pro is improved battery life. While this device remain very thin and light, they are a little larger than many of the options. That has allowed Apple the space to add a larger battery. The 38.5 watts per hour rechargeable lithium polymer battery will give you 10 hours of surfing the web without a charge on Wi-Fi and 9 hours on your cellular network. Of course, most don't just surf the net. When you are using apps, you will still have more than enough battery life to get through the day on a fully charged. Although you do a lot of media work or you watch a lot of shows, you may get quite a much out of the battery. Despite their drawback, the battery life on the iPad Pro is one of the best in the business, and you won't have to worry about keeping a charger close by all the time in order to use it. Finish about strength. Now we go to the weakness of iPad Pro. iPad Pro have 4 weaknesses that I know. First is price is more expensive, exactly. Second is keyboard and pencil is cost extra. Third is lack of expansion, while fourth is lack of customization. Now that we have looked at all the goods on iPad Pro has to offer, it's time to take a look at a few negatives. Unless you are an Apple fanboy, you know that even the very best Apple products can have flaws. So first, the weakness of iPad Pro is price. The first thing that you will notice is the price tag. These are not cheap stable by any stretch of the imagination. Apple is known for their so-called Apple tax, and this price can also be found on their iPad Pro as well. The price can make it difficult for some home users and even some business on a tight budget to offer to purchase one or even several of these devices. While you may get a premium design tablet featuring some of the most modern hardware and best specs, you must be prepared to pay for it. If you want something cheaper, you will have to look elsewhere. Secondly, keyboard and pencil cost extra. On top of the already high price you will pay for the iPad Pro, if you want to turn it into a true workhorse for you, the keyboard and pencil will definitely be on your list. Unfortunately, they are not bundled with an iPad Pro. Instead, you have to buy each one of the same separately. Once you do that, you will find that your iPad is now starting to rival the price tag of some the lower end gaming laptops on the market. This is a hard investment actually for some people, and one that many people have a tough time swallowing. To be fair and honest, the Surface Pro is not much better, and really you could pay even more for the top of the line Surface while also getting night clip and dime to death. But that doesn't mean we should not talk about it. It can be hard to fall over the cash for a premium iPad. Add on to that the cost of the keyboard and pencil, and you could have just bought a very powerful PC laptop. Thirdly, lack of expansion. Most Android tablets and Surface tablets make it relatively easy for you to add a little more storage if you need to. Many of these devices come with a micro SD card, so you can really add a lot of memory if you need be. The iPad, on the other hand, doesn't give you any way to expand its storage. What you get when you buy it is what you are stuck with no matter what. That means if you run out of your space on your iPad Pro, you are going to have to delete something in order to make a little room. Sure, you can buy the iPad with a larger storage, but you will pay for it, and even those devices still don't let you add more later if you need to. Why Apple won't add a micro SD card slot is beyond me. It seems like such a small thing to do really increase the capabilities of your device. So the lastly weakness of iPad Pro is lack of customization. In fairness, this has gotten better over the year, but the iPad is still light years behind and Windows or Android tablet. Sure, you can move icon around, change your wallpaper, and even specially certain apps to use in a certain situation, but that's nothing compared to Android and Windows. You can choose whatever type of apps you want to use for any task with this device, and you can customize all types of fonts, screen image, and much more. Basically, if it could be tweaked, you can do it on Android and Windows. The same can be said of the iPad Pro. If you like to customize your experience, you will find the iPad Pro a little wanting in this area. Of course, this is a really minor drawback that will only impact a very specific subset of people, but for some it can be a deal breaker, so it should be made known. Okay, we have done with strength and weakness of iPad Pro. So next we're going to talk about price and discount. So basically, as you guys know that Apple is really have a discount price. So the price is start with 4,000 until 7,000, depends on which gigabyte you want. So if you buy the smaller gigabyte you want, the amount will be the cheapest. If you buy the big gigabyte, and the price will be more expensive. But actually iPad Pro is also can pay monthly as low as Rm100 per month. Next, we go to the warranty. For iPad Pro, the warranty is 1 year only from the day purchase. After that, product outlet where you can buy the iPad Pro. If you guys want to buy the iPad Pro, you guys can go to Apple Center or go to a machine in Sunway Velocity or in any shopping mall, because machine is located mostly in shopping mall, or switch in Aeon Quinta Apo. My dear friend, today my partner Wan Nur Aida is talk about our favorite product, which is iPad Pro, how to use, benefit, and describe the physical and characteristic of the iPad Pro, while I'm talking about strength, weakness, price, and warranty, and product outlet. Last but not least, we can say that iPad Pro have more advantage like computer and more convenient. As Apple.com say, iPad is your next computer but not computer, because iPad Pro has system same like computer. Once again, thank you for being such a wonderful listener. It has been a great honor and pleasure for us to be here and with you today. Thank you and Assalamualaikum. Bye.